Glock 45 versus Gen 5 19. Let's dig into it. Hey my gun tubers, hope you're all having a great day. That's what I'm gonna start calling you from now on, because if you're watching this video or my channel, probably you're a gun guy or a gun gal. So now you're gun tubers. What we're gonna be doing today is comparing the Glock 45 and the Glock Gen 5 19. So there's a lot of similarities in these two firearms, and there's one thing that really shocked me that was different. Let's get into some specs about these two guns, and then we'll get into some of the obvious stuff. But the first spec actually really surprised me. So I went to Glock's website and got this information. The overall length of the Glock 45 is 7.44 inches. The overall length of the Glock Gen 5 19 is 7.28 inches. I think that's a typo. I don't think that's right. I've looked at these guns, I've compared these guns, and I'll even take the slides off in a minute, swap them out. Everything functions. I don't get it. I mean, well, it seems like it does. I've not shot them, vice versa, but the trigger pulls, everything seems to work. The slide length is 6.85 on both of them. There again, it makes no sense. Width, 1.34 on both. Height is 5.47 on the 45 and 5.04 on the 19. Of course that is different because the 45 has the 17 length grip and the 19 has the 19 length grip. Then you have the trigger distance, which is this distance here from the back to the trigger, and that is 2.76 inches on both of them. The barrel length is 4.02, basically 4 inches. And then the weight, there's a little bit of difference in weight. You essentially have 25 ounces in the 45 and 24 ounces in the 19 Gen 5. I don't know where they're coming up with that extra length. I don't know if they measured it with a back strap on it by accident. I don't know. But when at the time of this video, I looked on their website and it had a difference. I literally cannot see any difference in these two guns at all lengthwise. And like I said, here in a minute, we'll take the slides off and swap them out, and I'll show you that swaps out. Now, I didn't shoot it with a slide on the 19 or vice versa, but it appears like everything will work, and the dimensions are all the same for the slide, so I would imagine you could do that with no issues at all. So let's dive into this here. So the first thing you see about these two guns, and the first thing that I noticed about it, I actually was going to buy a 19X. I know I said I wasn't going to in one of my other videos, but I decided since I had gotten this holster with the retention that I was going to get a duty size gun. And when I went to look at it, this one had serrations. I knew it had serrations. I seen it coming out, but that's what made me want to buy the 45 and not the 19X was the front sight or front cocking serrations on the gun. I said that in my other videos. I really like those. When I do a press check, I do it like this right here. I don't grab it way back here. It's just easier for me. I got used to that. And with the 19, it's actually a little slick. I can still do it, but it's really slick. The serrations on the front of this work great. I mean, they work great. Glock got that right. So that is essentially what made me buy this over a 19X, because other than that and the color, it's basically the same gun. And I know this video would be better comparing the 19X to this because that's more apples to apples, but I don't own a 19X and I do own a Gen 5, so we're going to do that. There is some slight differences in these though. So as you'll see, neither one of them have finger grooves. I like that. I'm not a big finger grooves fan, so I like the fact that it does not have finger grooves. They both have the same ambidextrous slide stop, as you can see there. This one's well worn because I carry this gun a lot. I do want to talk about the coatings on the new Gen 5s. Nothing. I've carried this gun a ton. I probably put 1,000 rounds through it. You can see the barrel is showing some nice wear right there. But as far as the coating on the slide goes, there is zero wear on this slide at all. Glock got this coating right, and same coating on this. Although this gun has 150 rounds through it, zero hiccups so far. I put 150 rounds through it yesterday. I imagine the coating on this will hold up just as good as this because they're the same coating. Now, of course, as you can see, the length of the grip is different. You can see it sticking out the bottom there. Let me get these, there you go. You can see it sticking out the bottom because this does have the 17 length grip. I did put a medium back strap on this before I left the house. I don't usually run back straps on any of my Glocks, but it felt really narrow from here to here. The length of pull felt really narrow, and it felt better. And when I pulled it up, my sights were just not lined up right without the back strap. Now with the back strap, my sights are right there where they need to be, but without it, they were actually a little bit to the left. And when I put the back strap on, I was like, yep, that's it. But then when I went to shoot it, I was shooting a little bit to the left. I don't know if that was just me yesterday having a bad day of shooting. It wasn't bad. It was probably, I don't know, a ½ inch or so. So it wasn't terrible, but it could have just been me yesterday having a bad day shooting, or it could have been the back strap. I don't know. I forgot to take the box so I could swap the back strap back out. It happens. But it just felt narrow right here. The Glock 19 Gen 5 fits my hand great, and I think this is the reason. It has a flared mag well, which the 45 also has a flared mag well. But in the 19, it actually hits my hand, hits that mag well, and pushes it up towards the top of the gun and kind of locks my hand in. Whereas this one doesn't hit the mag well, as you can see here, and it doesn't push my hand up like it does that one. That might have been why it felt like it was a little narrower, I'm not sure, but the 19 Gen 5 does fit better in my hand. Now they both came with the same trigger, but you can see I'm rocking a Fowler Industries flat face trigger in this. This will have one of them before too long because I really like the Fowler in this. I say that if I find another company, I do like testing triggers for you guys. So if I find another company with a Gen 5 trigger that I like the look of, I might buy it. But right now, I'll probably go back with the Fowler Industries trigger. But before I do that, it will get a set of sights. This is rocking the Spartan, Mariglow Spartan sights. This is rocking plastic Glock sights. Come on, Glock. I think we're far enough along in the gun industry that we can quit putting plastic sights on guns. These things break. We've seen them break. People rack them on tables or whatever, or one-handed manipulations and the sights break off. And actually, I looked at 3 of these guns yesterday, brand new, or day before yesterday, brand new, and the front sight had a mar on it. It was like it was pushed down right here. I don't know if it's how they stored it in a box or what, but all 3 of them, this side over here was actually damaged on the front sight because of the plastic. So I think Glocks should be like, you know, a lot of other guns like M&Ps and H&Ks. They should have metal sights on them with a night sight option. But for now, I guess they know you'll still buy them and then pay another 120 bucks for a set of sights, or $100 for a set of sights, or whatever you pay for it. But people's not gonna quit buying them. I'm not gonna quit buying them. I'm just gonna spend another 100 bucks on a set of sights. I guess we're all crazy. But it is what it is. But then again, like I said, the triggers had the same trigger. If I wasn't going to change this trigger, this would be the one I would want in it because it's smooth. It doesn't have the serrations in it like the old 19s had, and the new guns do come with that smooth trigger. I do like that a lot better. So let's dig into something here that they were talking about were different, the overall length. So let's just look at this. If the overall length was different, I would think, if I can get a hold of this, that I would not be able to do this. Trigger resets, everything works. Everything works. I actually like this configuration. It's going to be hard for me not to carry this gun in this configuration just because how I like the front cocking serrations. I may do some testing, and this may be my carry gun for the next little while with the 45 slide on it. I'll make my own hybrid. You know, this is a hybrid between the 19 and the 17, and this is a hybrid between the 19 and 45, sort of. But another thing you'll see, a lot of people hated this little front moon right here in the Glock Gen 5 19. Now that didn't bother me. My big hands fit around it, and you know, I never even felt that. The 45 does not have that. So if you hate that half moon here in the front and you have big hands kind of like I do, you're probably gonna really like this grip. Like I said, or much smaller hands, you may like this grip better, even though it's longer, because you won't feel that half moon that's not in this. Now, from what I can tell, the barrels look identical. I couldn't find a lot of information on Glock's website about the barrels. I did look. They do have the crown in it, just like both of them, or both of them does have the crown in it. And they appear to be the same identical barrel. I can't see any differences there at all. So take these back off. Swap them back out. Put them back like I had them. But I did want you to know that you could swap the slides. I did not shoot it that way, so I don't know if it functions. But from looking at it and just dry firing it, I don't see any difference. I'm not telling you to do it. I may do it, but I can't see any difference. So now holster options. So I have my X300U on my Gen 5 19. I have a Bravo concealment holster. No problems at all. Fits right in, locks in. You can hear it click. And like I said, you know, it should work. Same identical thing. Perfect. I have the Tungsten Tactical with the retention strap. It clicks in. The strap works perfectly. No issues at all. Then again, the 19 clicks in. No issues at all. If you're more into concealment, you might carry the APLC. I do have a Stealth Gear holster. Fits in it perfectly. Black arch holsters, fits in it. Another Tungsten Tactical holster for you Kydex people, fits it. Then again, the Glock 45, fits it perfect. Black arch, no issues. Stealth Gear, no issues. And if you want to carry it without a light, I also have a Stealth Gear without a light. So essentially, the guns are the same size. I just think that's a typo on Glock's website. I see no differences in them at all. So let's get into carrying. If I was going to carry these guns, which one am I going to carry? I'm pretty sure if you've watched my video, you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to carry the 19. I think it feels better in my hand. I like the shorter grip. This is actually my favorite carry gun made right now is a Glock 19. I just think it would be hard for me with my body type to conceal a 17 length grip. Now, depending on your body size, weight, and all those factors, you might be able to conceal this gun perfectly fine. But in my opinion, with only 2 less rounds, I will carry a 19 with a 17 round magazine, or even put an extended base plate on a magazine and extend it out another 3 or 4 rounds and make up those 2 rounds. But I think the concealment factor of these 2 guns right here with that extra length, I think the 19 wins in my book. Yours may vary. Let me know in the comments which one you'd rather carry. Maybe you'd rather carry the 34. Maybe it's just the new hotness and you like carrying the new hotness, and that's totally fine. Rock it, look cool doing it, show your friends. You know, I get it. I've showed my friends this gun too, and my cousin, and he actually said, I'm a little jealous. You know, they weren't supposed to start selling them for a few days. Yeah, it happens. But the 45, great gun. Like I said, no hiccups at all. There's my comparison between the 2. Hope you like this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Give it a big thumbs up. Keep rocking your Glock. See y'all next time.